weapons, they're all back here. NZR's gold is there, and San was able to teleport through, I believe.
Yeah, I think she Misty Step, if memory serves.
Nice. This moonbeam will be gone now. All the ghouls are destroyed. Yes, and you're in this room here. After NZR had his anime moment and just beat up every single ghoul in the world. So yes, we begin with you all back in this room. The fight has just finished. You're all catching a breather. Some of you are a little bit wounded. Some of you are all right. Some of you are without your armor and weaponry. What are you all doing?
NZR, first of all, is going to scurry over to his discarded robe and throw it hastily back on. Just being like, oh, dear.
There's a little bit of ghoul blood on it, but it's mostly intact.
Then he will cast Prestidigitation.
What? It is now clean and spotless again.
Dooney's not going to. He looks quite overwhelmed, so he's going to just give NZR a little nod, looking, slightly alarmed that he didn't notice all those muscles before. And then I think he's going to try and make his way back down the heated corridor.
Oh, it's making some music playing in the background, so rhythm might be loud. Yep. Your stuff is still on the ground, sort of in the water at the back of the corridor.
I don't know what he can do to get it all across without things falling off. He can take his Warhammer across, I think, because that's magical, and we did establish that magical items heat slower.
I think they just didn't heat at all if they were magical items. I think we
Okay, sweet. So I guess he'll take his Warhammer over, and then I don't know. I'm still thinking. I'm going to wait until Zara comes back, because maybe Sen can help.
Perhaps. NZR, your gold is still sort of just sitting in a pile, like sizzling the water. There's like a small pile of steam coming off it.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Am I remembering correctly when I say that, like, we ourselves weren't affected by the hot water? It was just metal things that we were carrying got really hot.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, how heavy would what all needs collecting from the water? Is it just the gold and?
It's only the gold that's in the water. You have a dart that you threw, but that's just sort of fizzing away. Yeah. It's mostly armor that has the biggest issue because of.
What's like the heaviest thing there? Like, how heavy is the heaviest thing there?
It would probably be Dooney's armor, I assume.
Yeah, which is splint armor, so it's quite heavy, but it's not the heaviest.
NZR would say to everyone that he has a way. He probably has a way to get things across safely with his magical tricks.
Yeah. Dooney's all for it. Dooney doesn't have anything unless throwing is his only solution.
San, in the meantime, has started using Mage Hand to get the gold out, and she's just sort of dumping it unceremoniously on the floor. She can't carry anything that's above 10 pounds with Mage Hand, so I don't think she'll get the armor, which is what she was sort of thinking of doing, but she'll get the gold out, and the dart as well.
Alright, the dart is returned, and NZR, your gold is returned.
Nice. NZR is going to come down next to Dooney down here. And he's going to say, "Stand back!"
Okay, Dooney will walk down the corridor a little bit.
And he stretches out his hands, gives them a little mystical wiggle, like finger wiggle for like magic. then reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small, well, not hugely small, but a bit of dark cloth, and then lays it gently and spreads it out on the ground.
It sort of opens up under the water, and the water does fill in a little bit.
And then he kind of shoves the armor in as well.
Yes, it fits fine.
And then picks the cloth back up.
All right. Dooney, you see NZR pull out the cloth, lay it out, and then it instantly becomes almost a Vanta black hole, like an extra dimensional hole, and then the water sort of fills in, and then your armor sinks into it as well. And then as soon as NZR picks it back up, the hole is gone and it's back to just being a black cloth.
Dooney's going to... He'd understand what that was, right? He wouldn't just think that NZR has made his armor just go into a different dimension and disappear permanently. He'd understand.
NZR used it earlier, actually.
Yes,
in the
NZR did use it earlier to
in the
drain
little-
Oh,
some
yes, he
water
did.
from
puddle,
this
yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
Then
so
he
the
didn't.
armor-
Okay, then.
Oh, sorry, carry on.
Oh, no. Then he'll just nod and be like, okay, that works, thank you.
And with that, the armor is in the magical hole, and as you walk through the metal heating corridor, it is perfectly fine.
I'll come back and then put it against the wall here. And he'll hold it there for for the water to pour out and for Dunny to retrieve his armor.
The water level doesn't raise massively, but yep. And Dooney, your armor is retrieved.
He'll shake the water out of his boots and he'll start putting it back on.
Nice. And after a short while, you are re-robed, back in your armor, and you are all ready to advance.
Perhaps a rest.
Fine by me.
If we can get out of the water, yeah, that works for me as well.
Shall we just rest here?
You are welcome to. There is a...
What was that thing you cut out for me?
There is a foot of water covering the ground in this room.
Oh yeah.
Could rest on the stairs.
That works.
Is there a
Yes.
door at the top of the stairs?
Yes, I'll just do a little reveal.
Nice.
What do I do reveals again? Is it that? Yeah, oh, there we go. There you are. So yeah, there's sort of a little corridor here, and there's a door there.
Yes, let's rest up here. Shorty or a longie?
Shorty?
I don't mind really.
I don't mind either. I don't think I've spent too much.
Yeah, I can do a shorty.
All right, so you're settling down for a short rest.
Yes.
Okay, would anyone like to take watch or anything like that?
Yeah. Sen will take a walk.
I will just be right back in a moment. I've just got to grab something.
Just perception, right?
Yes.
Then that'll be 22.
22, okay, and this is an hour-long rest. Do. 22, okay. Yep, you take a long rest, and as far as you're aware, you do not see anything. The hour goes by pretty calmly as you all sit down, bind your wounds, refresh yourselves a little bit. And by the time the hour is up, you are all relatively a little better and ready to carry on.
Nice. Am I right in thinking that warlock spells come back after a short rest? That's a thing, right?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, that's fine.
And you can spend hit die and everything.
Yeah.
Anzir spent all of his hit die and is on about 2/3 health now, or something like that.
Was the last rest we had a long rest before this?
I believe so.
I think so, yes.
And that restores hit die, doesn't it?
Yes.
I think. Yeah. Then I should have all 8 of those.
Dooney didn't get hit, so that doesn't matter for me. Wait a minute.
Die for when you get hit and don't want to die.
Nice.
Nice. Wig.
Just
All right.
checking. Okay, there. Sorry. Yeah, I was just checking to see spell slots for clerics. You can't regain any. It's not like with a druid where you can with an hour.
Oh, yeah, no, like, sort of
No.
rest thing or anything, sadly.
That's okay.
All right.
Right.
Okay, the hour is up. The smell of ghoul in the water is kind of a bit disgusting. But nonetheless, the hour is up and you are all ready to go. What would you all like to do?
Sen is first things first going to check the door for any traps.
Roll a investigation or perception. I always forget.
Investigation, I think, because you're
Roll an investigation
looking for it.
check.
Okay. Well, that is underwhelming. Let me see. 14.
14. Yep, you spend a little time checking around the door. There are no traps.
Okay. In that case, Sen is going to get into a half crouch, and she's going to gesture for the others to be quiet as well. And she will crack open the door.
The door is cracked open, and you can see a room. Let me just describe it to you. So the path to the west is broken by a sizable gap. The floor... sorry. The path to the west is broken by a sizable gap, and you can see the glint of metal at the bottom of the opening, which is here. Is that all right?
Yeah. Here?
Yes.
Yep.
The floor beyond this area has a silvery sheen to it, which is this area here. In the distance, you can see another hole, beyond which is a path of floor that adjoins to the western wall. It's here.
Is there any loose debris or like small rocks or stones anywhere around that Anzir could pick up?
Make a perception check.
Oh boy, that's that will be 10.
What was it?
10.
10. Yes. There's like a tiny bit of the wall that's like flaked off behind you.
Can Anzir pick that up and then give it a chuck? Just kind of chuck it onto this side over here, onto the silvery floor on this side.
Glass or ice, and then it continues to slide all the way across and then fall into that pit over there.
As I suspected, it appears to be very slippery.
Let's see. What's down in the pit?
So looking down into the pit, it looks like some rusty razor blades.
Ooh.
It's about 10 feet deep as well.
PG-1.
Wow.
Fantastic. All right. And how large is it? Just a 5-foot gap?
It's just a 5-foot gap.
And how far you can jump is determined by your
Strength
Red?
modifier.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, your modifier?
Oh, sorry, your
Not the
strength
score.
score. Your strength score, sorry.
Whew! Because my modifier is -1.
You can only jump backwards.
Who'd
Sorry?
I was going to ask if NZR could cast Firebolt on this part of the ground.
On the silvery part.
Yes. See,
Yes. You cast Firebolt, and it just sort of hits the ground, and then does its usual sort of little like burst of flame. It doesn't break whatever is on the ground. It doesn't really have any effect on it.
okay.
Hmm.
I think Sam's just gonna jump the gap, and then once she's hit like this sort of area, she's going to use I don't know if I am going to use a spell slot or if I just want to take my chance and try and make whatever check I'm going to have to make at the other side of it. She's just going to jump across. She's going to go crazy. She's got high dex. It's fine. It's fine. Hopefully.
Okay. So you're going to jump across,
Yes.
and then you're going to attempt to jump over there.
Yes.
Okay. So, as soon as you jump onto the other side of the pit, make a dexterity saving throw.
Okie dokie. That is a 25.
25. You just barely manage to stay standing. As you all watch San do a very un-San-like, sort of ungraceful cartoon, what's his name? The old Tom and Jerry ones, with your legs. The other side of the pit.
Sorry?
You are now quite quickly speeding towards the other side, to the other hole. What are you doing?
Okay. Actually, I think I am going to use that spell slot after all. I think once she's reached here, she is going to cast Misty Step to get to the other side.
Okay. So as soon as San reaches within the distance needed, you see them begin to cast the spell. And Dooney and Enziar, you see the words leave San's lips, and the magic sort of gather around them, and then instantly be sucked away to a nose structure up here, and it goes up one of the nostrils.
Oh my
Up
goodness!
where?
Up there, into a nostril on the wall.
I think you
Sam?
might not
Oh.
be.
Oh, am I bad internet?
I think it might just be like, are you on the select move function? Because I can't
Yeah.
see you whenever you.
Oh, I
I'm
can
not
see it, but
seeing
I'll
anything
do
you're
this.
Mm.
Can you see this?
No.
That is strange. Oh, well, do you see sort of in the middle of the room to the north? Like on the wall there.
Oh, I
Yes,
saw
that's
that.
right. Yeah, so there's like a nose there. And
Uh-oh.
made of brass, and you see the spell almost go up the nostril and disappear, and San, you fall into the pit on the other side.
Oh
Ow.
no.
Oh no!
Could you please make a constitution saving throw?
Yep. Am I good at those? I don't think I am. No, not really. Okay.
This is
let's
such
go.
an evil, evil trap.
Oh boy, that's a 12.
A 12. Okay, so you take, first of all, 6 slashing damage from the razor
Okay.
blades as you land on them.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
And you also contract super tetanus.
What? Super tetanus.
Here we go. I'll
And-
just send it in the group chat for you.
What is super tetanus?
The creature that contracts the disease of super tetanus is racked with pain as its heart races and its muscles spasm hard enough to break its bones. The creature takes 2d10 damage at the start of each of its turns. If a victim is not cured by other means, it can repeat the saving throw at the end of every minute after becoming exposed, ending the effect on itself with a successful save.
Wait, you
Uh,
said it can make the save every minute,
Every
and it
minute.
takes damage every round.
Yes.
So you're gonna take 2d10. What? That's 20d6 before you.
So
have
we're
a
going to go
chance
into
to cure
initiative
it?
just so you guys can do things.
Oh
So
my
We'll
goodness me.
start with Dooney and Enziar, and then we'll go San. Or actually, roll initiative for it. Roll initiative for it.
Sure.
This is cited as the most evil puzzle in this entire dungeon.
That fucking nose.
Oh, I got a 0 on initiative. I'm so sorry.
Dooney's not looking.
It's fine. Initiative doesn't really matter.
It does matter for how much damage San's going to take.
Yeah, San doesn't.
San-
San wants to roll.
I don't
low
have any like
initiative.
proper
Well,
restoration spells
unfortunately-
prepared.
No.
What is it?
This is how I die.
Yeah, I'm
Super
kind of thinking
tense.
that. I'm afraid.
Dooney's got 0,
I got a 20, so
20.
I didn't get what I wanted.
NZR got 24, so you've got an.
Nice.
But NZR.
So- Enziar, you see San fall into the pit.
Yeah. NZR's just gonna look at. Look at Dunny and say. Perhaps jumping is not the way to go, is what I would have said if I had been asked.
I'm starting to think you might be right. Are you all right over there?
That would have been NCR's turn.
Enziar's turn. Okay.
He's not gonna jump. He is not going to. Actually, you know what?
He says, "Are you all right
Is
over
it
there?"
too late? Because I
He
said
would-
that would be NCR's turn, or can I take an action? Can it be?
Oh, you can take an action if you like.
Yeah, I'll
Cast Firebolt
I'll
at
start
the
rolling.
nose.
You're going to cast Fireball at the nose. Okay, it bounces off the nose ineffectually.
Son of a bitch.
NCR shrugs and ends his turn.
Sad,
All right.
it's your turn. You're at the bottom of a pit with razor blades,
Fantastic.
with super tetanus.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
It's a 10-foot
Just
deep
where I
pit.
dreamed I would be. Okay. I guess San is going to firstly shout a few things very loudly in Infernal, and you don't need to speak it to realize that she's probably swearing. And then she's going to, I guess, try and climb out.
Okay. I'm just going to check the climbing rules for this dungeon. I believe climbing is fine because it's not really slippery or anything. So yes, and it's only 10 feet. So you expend 20 feet of movement and you are outside of the...
I'm gonna refresh.
Then she just...
Well, I'm assuming you're climbing out on the other side of the room, not onto the slippery side.
Oh, God, no, she's not
Yeah.
climbing on the slippery side.
You see
Please.
Sam come back.
She's just gonna lie on the floor. And that's it.
Rolling.
I don't think she has anything that she can do
Amazing.
otherwise, so she's just gonna lie there.
And you take 8 damage from super tetanus.
Fantastic.
That is San's turn. Dooney, it is now your turn.
Dooney's gonna cast. Yeah, so when he says, "Are you all right over there?" he's going to cast Healing Word and I rolled poorly. I'm sorry, but he at level 3, so he's doing it at 3rd level, and he heals her for 10 hit points.
Oh, nice. I mean, that's so.
He only has
Nice.
so many spell slots, though. I don't know what to do.
Oh dear.
The only solution, not a metagame, the only solution I can think of is to just hope that you can last the 10 turns and then make the save.
Yeah.
Is that your turn, Dunu?
I don't know what to do, so yes, until I can figure out a solution, yes.
If I were
Okay.
to die and then be, would that end it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's something. Okay, I'll keep one spell slot open then.
NCR, it's your turn.
NZR cast magic missiles on the nose.
Yes, it is ineffective.
NZR shrugs again, and that's his turn.
Back to San.
San is gonna. How far away is the nose again? It's like right in the middle, isn't it? So that's. What's how far? I always forget how far you can throw a dagger, but I think it's at disadvantage after 20 feet. Yep. In that case, I guess she'll. She doesn't think it's gonna do a thing, but she's gonna cast Mage Hand and go see if it can wrench the nose off the wall.
Okay. You go and try. You can't even sort of make a strength check for it. The Mage Hand's not strong enough to even do anything.
I figured. I guess that is her turn.
Okay.
Just goes back to lying down.
Another 2d10 of damage. This time,
Yep.
6 damage.
That's not so bad.
We're back to Dooney.
I think can Dooney use his action to do an Arcana check and his bonus action to use Healing Word?
Yes, you can. So roll your Arcana check and then roll your Healing Word stuff.
So he's doing an Arcana check on the nose to see if he can decipher anything that might help for a solution, I guess. That was... Oh god. I don't know his stats well enough. Oh, he's not proficient in that. Okay, so that was a 14.
14. That's kind of all you can get for 14. And for the
You cut out for me completely, so
Oh,
it was
sorry.
just silence, and then that's all you can get
Yeah.
for 14. And I was like, okay.
I've noticed
Let me-
that rhythm also cuts out at the same time, which is weird.
Yeah.
Which makes me think it's a
Hello?
Discord
Oh,
thing.
sorry. I've changed to 4G. I wonder if that's a little bit better, maybe.
We'll find out, I guess.
We'll find out. Just let me know if I do cut out.
Yeah, we'll do.
Basically, what you picked up was it took Sans teleportation magic. It did not react at all to any harmful magic cast by NZR. That's about all you can get for 14. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's how you get Cat. And how much did you heal San for? Oh, I don't know if Cat's maybe. Cat, we cannot hear you. I'll message the. Oh, she's dead. Oh, she's back.
Can you hear me now? Sorry,
Yes.
I could hear you all clearly the entire
Oh.
time, and I was like, yes, right.
Well, we can hear you now.
Okay, so that was another 10 hit
Thank you.
points.
Nice. Okay, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's Dooney's turn.
Okay, NZR, you're up.
NZR is considering what abilities he could possibly use to improve the situation, but he hasn't come to a conclusion yet. And seeing as he only has 6 seconds, I don't think it's really fair for me to do anything this turn. So I guess I'll just kind of pass while stroking his beard and thinking.
Sam, back to you.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna just try, I think, and chuck a dagger at the nose. Because she can summon her dagger back to her hand, so it's not the end of the world if it misses.
Okay.
So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
she's just gonna lob it. Oh, for the love of God. Let me see. That's a 12.
12. It hits the nose. It does not have any effect. And then you watch as it like lands on the ground and like skitters across, and it just sort of like ping pongs back and forth until it eventually falls into the pit.
Okay. Sam's gonna dismiss it. I believe summoning it again is an action, so she'll do that next turn.
Nice.
So for her bonus action, she's gonna feel sorry for herself, and that's her turn.
You succeed at feeling sorry for yourself and take 15 damage.
Oh, fantastic.
And we are back to Dooney.
I don't think Dooney can do anything. He doesn't have anything that he could use apart from if he threw his warhammer at it and made a massive explosion. But I don't think if it's immune to magic damage or damage magic, I don't think that's going to help. And then he wastes that big thing. So I think he's just going to, again, because he can't get to San, he's going to cast Healing Word again as a bonus action. He's going to
Does
just
he
say,
fly across, or is that dependent on a spell?
it's not dependent on a spell. That's a good question, because I have thought about that, and he does have one use of that left. What's the lighting like, actually?
It is dark. It's like pitch dark in here, as with all of the dungeon.
The thing is, if he does that, and then it goes wrong, that would be very bad. Because if he gets
This is true.
incapacitated, maybe what I'll do is, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do another second level Healing Word, and that was not as good, I'm afraid, but it was still something. So that's 7 hit points.
Thank you.
And then he's going to... Can he do another Arcana check, but this time thinking specifically about this magical ability, which isn't a spell,
Yes.
but is a magical ability?
Why like cleric? Let me just have a look at the wording of it.
It's called Steps of Night.
Steps of Night. You can draw a mystical power of night runs the air, magically give yourself a flying speed equal to your walking speed. I'll show you the wording of this specific trap. This.
Do you not want me to do an Arcana check?
Oh yes, make your Arcana check.
That was a 17.
17. Yeah, for 17, I will give you that. Magic that augments movement, such as fly, jump, and levitate, and teleportation effects do not work in this room.
Yep, so that would not be a good idea.
You get the idea
So
that
he's
it would have the
figured-
same effect.
Yeah, so he's like, I would come over, but if I end up in the pit, that would also be bad. So just hang in there, and then, yeah, he'll have cast it again, and that's like 7 hit points if that didn't come across the first time.
Thank you. That's fine. Perfect.
Back to NZR.
Yeah. So NZR has a cube of force, essentially, in the form of wave. How tall is this room?
This room is. I'm not entirely sure, actually. Let me just see if there's any more information about it. Let's just say it's about 15 feet high.
Okay. So if Enzir was to go prone, okay, hear me out, then activate the Cube of Force to create a barrier that living matter can't pass through. Could he essentially create a 5-foot tall bridge over this?
So you can make a cube of force.
Cube of 15 feet per side, centering on the person doing it.
Wait, how does it? So it makes a cube around you. Is that how it
Yes.
works? And it makes invisible force, and nothing living can come into it.
That's one of the options.
Oh, what are the other ones? What one are you using?
That's the one that living matter can't pass through, so that it could potentially be used as a bridge by living people, living matter.
Oh, so you're keeping yourself inside as a living matter.
Well, you're you're inside no matter what.
Right. Okay, so it follows
So,
you.
but if it's a cube of 15 feet,
hmm
then
So you make a cube.
If he goes prone, then it would be 5 feet off the ground, roughly.
Hi.
Which someone could then maybe Dunny could climb on top of it and then would be able to get across the first one without jumping.
Okay, I see. Yes, I would say that works. So basically, a giant cube appears around NZR. There's enough room at the top for Dooney to like climb onto it and then crawl over.
Yes, Dooney could use this, walk across this cube without having to jump, and then land carefully on that side, if Dooney was so inclined,
Okay.
without having jumped, and so maybe wouldn't go sliding, and then could
Uh,
much more carefully jump the second gap potentially.
You would be able to definitely cross the bridge with that cube.
I mean, that's just going to be NCR's turn. And he'll say, I have created an invisible bridge that could cross this first gap, but not more than that, I'm afraid. I guess that'll be NCR's turn, because that was very wordy.
And have you created it or not?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I've also
As you
drawn
do-
it, but it doesn't show up very well.
Oh, I can see it, don't worry. Yeah, as you create it, Wave goes, ow, hello, as the cube appears. And no worries, Cat. Yeah, the cube is now there. While we're waiting for Cat to get back, it will be Sam's turn.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
San,
Sorry?
San could jump back across, and if San was to go like along here,
San is not
she
doing that.
wouldn't fall into the pit.
San is not doing that. San is in fact she sort of rolls over onto her side, so her back is facing the other two. And from where they are, they would be able to see her hair. You see her kind of make a movement with her hand, and you see her hair turn white, and you can see the tips of two horns beginning to like come back from her head. As she, what is the word? As she changes her appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And she is now in her divergent persona form. Who is proficient in the alchemy kit.
I see.
So that would take like an actual action, wouldn't it, to use an alchemy kit? So can I just use my bonus action to like medicine check myself to see if I think there's anything I could do? I don't know if that in itself would take an action, but
I would let you do that as a free. Yeah, I would let you do that as a bonus action. Then yeah.
Okay, cool.
So roll a medicine check.
Okay, that will be a 12.
12. So you're giving yourself sort of like a check over. You're going through your mind to see if you know anything about super tetanus. It doesn't. You don't really know exactly what could work, but you think you could at least give a shot. You think you could try some things that might work. You have no idea whether they'll work or not.
Okay. I guess like their turn will end with them like taking some alchemy supplies out of their kit, and that's it.
All right, yeah. So you see San turn away. You can't see their appearance, but you can see them pulling out some stuff from an alchemy kit as you take 12 more damage.
Ooh, spicy.
And that is turn 4 of 10. All right, we're going to Dooney. Welcome back, Kat. NZR
Sorry.
has made... That's okay. NZR has made a magic cube of force that you can use to... That's like centered around him, basically. It's almost like he's in like a big sort of water cube that's like solid. That you... Ice, that's the word. That you can like kind of climb onto and use to get down onto this side. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
If you wanted to.
If you wanted to.
He would be pretty understanding if you didn't want to. He doesn't want to.
My only thing is that it's not just getting across the barriers, it's the fact the ground is extremely slippy, and as soon as he gets onto the ground, he's going to have the same issue as Sam does, except for he has -1 to all of his dexterity saving throws and all of his rolls for dexterity, so there is no way he's going to make it. So I know that's kind of metagamey, but I don't think it'll work for him.
That's not
But I'm-
metagaming.
It's not Megan.
okay.
I think Dooney knows. Dooney knows his
Dooney-
body.
That's Dooney knowing his strengths, yeah.
Dooney knows he cannot do it. He can jump far, but he can't land well. But I don't know what to do. Sorry, it was Tim's cousin, and that her daughters wanted to see me, and I was like, I speak English, and you don't understand me. They were looking at me like, huh? And I was like, hi. Right, I think Dooney is gonna do. Oh God, I don't have any spells to help. I really don't, other than healing word again.
The tragic thing is that Revivify is a touch spell.
Yes, that is an issue. There's no way he can make it. That's the problem. He cannot make it until we figure out a solution to get rid of that nose. He can't make it by any means. Yep. Okay. He's just gonna cast Healing Word at level what? No, we'll do level 4.
Okay.
He's gonna use one of his level 4 spell slots and cast Healing Word again. Do I have my 4th D4? Okay, and then. Are you kidding? Well, it's not. It could be worse. So that is. Wait, no, that was a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the maths? Okay, that's 10 again. Are you kidding me? So that is a total of 14 hit points from a level 4 spell.
Oh, I see. I understand now why you're. I was like, that's good. That's level 4.
Are
Okay.
you kidding me?
You see Dooney do a lot of effort into casting the spell, and San, you get an disproportionate amount of health back, you feel. Is Dooney just like shouting words of encouragement or something to sound like a cheerleader or something?
Yeah, at
Is
this
Dooney
point,
saying
he's
over
just
and
like,
over?
he's just like, hang in there. We're figuring something out. He just keeps saying that and casting the same spell over and over again.
It's like when an NPC just says the same line of dialogue over and over again in
Mhm.
Skyrim or something like. Is it the exact same like tone as well? I hope so.
Hmm.
It's just become a video game character as opposed to
He's trying his
D&D
best.
character. All right, is that Dooney's turn?
Well, yeah, I don't think he hasn't got anything he can throw or anything.
Bless.
Oh
NZR,
my
it's
God.
your turn again. You are in your cube.
NZR is going to shout over to Sen, and he's going to say, San, if you jump back on the north side of the room, I've created an invisible barrier that would stop you from falling in on this side. If getting back to us where we can help you with your newfound disease is something that appeals to you. And that'll be NZR's turn as he maintains the invisible barrier.
All right, yeah. San, true to NZR's word, you can see him holding a wave in one hand with this sort of cube of force that kind of looks like water, but like not around him. And it is your turn again.
Okay. Sen's gonna look at their alchemist supplies and see if they have anything that they think could be used to make some sort of cure disease potion or something of that kind. At a loss for anything else to do.
Okay, make a medicine check.
Okay. That is. Where's medicine again? That is 17.
17. You think with what you have, you could definitely put together something, but not within 40 seconds or 60 seconds. No, wait, how many seconds have you got? 6 times 6, 36 seconds.
How do I have a sense of how long I think it would take me?
It would take you about an hour.
Ugh. I think. Ugh, they're gonna leave it for now. They're gonna leave their. No, actually, no, they're not. They're gonna just start making it anyway.
Set down, and NZR and Dooney, you can see San now just sort of like setting up like beakers and little holders and a little burner, and beginning to try and concoct some sort of potion. And that is San's turn. You take 12 damage this time.
That's okay. That's not too bad. All right.
As you're now halfway through your 10 rounds. Dooney, your turn.
It's got to the point I'm looking for like anything else to do. At this point, though, I don't think there is anything Dooney can do.
What's in your
other than what he's doing.
inventories?
He doesn't really have much in his inventory apart. Well, actually, no. We'll do that the next round because right now, Dooney is just going to go again. I can see you making something over there. Hope it's all right. And that'll be. I cast that at level 1 for Healing Word, and I got an 8. So that's really upsetting compared to what I've had before. So that's 8 hit points.
Well,
Went
thank you.
back to San. NZR?
And here we'll just kind of say quietly to Dunny, if they die over there, I'm not sure how viable it is to go after them. And that'll be his turn as he maintains the cubic.
Okay. San, you are making your potions, so that'll be you for the next hour.
Yep.
So that is 12 more damage to you.
Okay.
Back to Dooney.
Well, Dooney will look at NZR and just look back and cast Healing Word again. It's gonna be all right, Seth. And he will do that. Oh no, that was another first level spell slot. That's all of them spent. That is 5 hit points.
5 hit points back to San.
Cool.
NZR.
I'm looking desperately.
NCR is going to look at Dooney and ask, do you have that spell prepared that you used on me that revived me? And that'll be NCR's turn.
Back to San.
Dooney's starting to look through his backpack, by the way.
Nice. San, that is 9 more damage to you.
Fantastic. What turn is this? Like, what? How many do I have left?
This is turn 7 out of 10. So you've got 3 more turns until you get to make a save.
Okay.
I hope you have more than 30 health.
Dooney, your turn.
I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to. We're getting to the. Dooney does not have enough spell slots to keep going at this point. Dooney's looking through his bag and he has 50 feet of hempen rope. And that's all he has. He's going to get that out and look at NZR and go, I have this, because he has an explorer's pack. I just checked through it. I think he's got hempen rope. So he'll just say, I have this, and then he will use another 3rd level spell slot and cast Healing Word again.
Okay, another healing word. Dooney's holding up
that
the
was
rope as
better.
well.
Yeah, so that was 13 hit points that time, because that was at 3rd level.
13 back
Thank
to
you.
Sen. Is that your turn, Dooney?
Yes, he's just going to hold out the rope, and he looks quite panicked.
NCR, you are presented with the rope by Dooney, and it is your
I
turn.
believe I have an idea. But I just need to check if it is an action to dismiss the cube. You can use an action to... Yeah, it's an action to press the cube's 6th face. Okay, he'll dismiss the cube.
Okay.
And we'll pick up an end of the rope. And he'll say, I will create the invisible barrier while holding this end of the rope, which should keep it taut on my end, which we might be able to use to stop you from sliding out of control. If you were to jump, what do you think? And that'll be his turn.
Okay. Dan, I'll just roll the damage for you, and then I'll let Dooney do their response. 15 damage to Sen, sorry. Nice. And back to Dooney.
Dooney will say, well, I'm highly since every time I've done a jump today, I have fallen. I don't know if I'm going to be able to land, but do you think if I If I land, but you have the rope and I hold on to the rope really tightly or have it tied around me, and then I start to slide, if we keep the rope taut enough, I won't fall into the pit.
You'll. Oh, Enzir can't reply. It's not his turn.
It is now.
Yes, I think that's
Sen, yeah, Sen, you'd be able to overhear what's going on as well.
You
Sorry.
would need to keep it wrapped tightly around yourself, and then loosen it as you release it as you wanted to move across. But if you kept it wound around you quite tightly, I believe you would not fall far if you were to fall. And Enzir will then put back up his cube while holding one end of the rope.
Okay. Sorted. The cube reappears, and you are holding one end of the rope, and Dooney is holding the other end, I believe.
Yes.
Nice.
And
sorry.
Enzir's got a very small amount of the rope, and Dooney will have all of the rest of the rope.
Gotcha. And the cube, what is it blocking out right now?
It's blocking living matter.
Gotcha.
So here's the question: how does it work as Enzir hoped it would? Does the rope pass through it, but cannot pass through any more than it already was?
The rope isn't living matter, so the rope does go back and forth, I believe. If that's
living matter. Then that's not what I meant. I meant non-living matter.
Oh no! Okay, yes. The rope.
That was my intention. I just said the wrong thing.
If you're okay, so if it,
non-living matter cannot pass through, but it was already in the space. So my thinking was, now the rope will be held in place.
It's like
by
held
the
in place.
barrier.
Okay, you know what? I'll take that. I'll let you have that. The rope is now sort of like held into the cube, and Dooney, you give it some tugs, and it is held in place. San, it is your turn. That's okay. Can San take a break from working on their potion? You can stop. Yeah, you can stop if you like. On this side, there is the door, has a small like handle on it. You could tie it to the handle on the door, and then there's the wall behind you there. If you could like fasten it to something of your own, like a dagger or something. Yes, the floor is pretty vulnerable to a piton, if that makes any sense.
Wait. We have an issue. The rope is not long enough.
The rope's only 50 feet long.
Yeah.
Well,
it's 50 feet. I'm sorry, Sen's gonna die. I can't do anything.
Does San have their own rope?
Does San have the rope?
Okay.
San even. I would say San.
So Dooney could go across, and then San could throw.
And tie them together.
Yes.
On the slippery.
This is so dangerous.
Well.
Yes. NZR is just pleased he's not the one taking these crazy risks.
NZR's going to be the only one left. This is quite funny. Okay, right.
If NZR
Okay, Sen, you drive the baton into the ground and you tie the rope around it and you toss it across. As they do this, you notice now that Sen, is a dark grey tiefling with white hair and grey horns. Okay, is that your turn, Sen? All right. So the rope is thrown across. It goes all the way to there, or like sort of like this area, this length there. And Sen, Snake Eyes, you only take 2 damage this turn, which is quite nice. And Dooney, back to you. So Stan has thrown their rope across. I'll draw it on. And you've got your own rope as well.
All right.
Would have probably been better to wait and have Sven be still and in range before the rope is thrown, but it's now going to be a, you know what? We'll manage it.
He's the least dexterous member of the party. This is not a good idea. But let's do it. Okay.
It's fine. You have the rope. You can't slide off too far.
He's a big boy. He's going to cope. He can manage this.
Okay, so you are climbing onto the cube and then hopping over onto the other side, if I'm correct?
Just want to check one thing.
Go ahead.
Can you get this thing to do something?
Which thing?
I'm looking to see if you can make a spirit guardian do something other than attack.
Spirit guardian, let's have a look.
I've even tried to figure out if you could banish the nose, but it's a creature, and I'm like, damn it, it's not a creature. I can't banish an animate object. That's so annoying, right? Yeah, okay, there's no other solution, is there?
Oh, I could potentially, on my turn, use Mage Hand to tie the ropes together. I only just considered that.
Good thinking.
That's not a bad idea.
All right. San sort of yells that across at you guys.
Dooney still needs to basically wind the rope around himself on his end quite tightly.
Right, so he will tie the rope around. Yeah, he can tie the rope around himself. Can Sen technically use Mage Hand to pick up the end of the rope from his end and then tie it together, or is that out of her range? Because I don't know how Mage Hand works.
Mage Hand is only 30 feet.
So Dooney still has to make the jump regardless, because there's no way that she can reach where the end of the rope is.
Dooney's going to need to jump.
What if we tried to get the
jump?
What if we tried to get the ropes taut and then you're dead?
Nah, he's going to just have to jump. And my solution is bad. No, I can't use a bedroll for him to land on, can I?
The idea is that the rope will catch you and stop you from sliding.
Okay, right. He's just going to do it then. The idea is he's going to climb up and then just jump down?
You can't climb on this barrier because
so he has to just jump across, which he can do.
Yes, you can jump across definitely easily. It's more just a matter of whether you land standing or sitting.
He will not land standing. There is no way he's going to land standing. It's just not possible. The maximum you can get is a 19.
Oh yeah, we'd have to make the roll.
Could we find some way of getting the ropes tied together and taut across the entire room, and then you could try to get across the rope rather than using it to tie around your waist? Because I feel like if NZR's rope is slack, you're still gonna slip with the rope.
But the rope cannot, but he's not going to slip backwards. He will slip forwards, and if the rope is only 50 feet, there is no way that he can.
It'll be less than 50 feet.
Yeah, it'll be less than 50 feet. So he will land somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just depends how much of the rope you have designated.
So
to have,
he will still slide, and I think he will technically be knocked prone. I don't know if he'll be able to get up.
He will not.
He won't go in.
He won't slide in here.
Yeah.
Won't slide into
So
the
he's
hole.
just got to. So NZR has the other end of the rope, right?
Yes, NZR has 5 foot of rope.
Nice. So
Okay,
Dooney will have
so-
45 feet.
Well,
So Dooney's
if
tying
Dooney's
it around his waist
around
pretty
himself,
tight.
It wouldn't be 45 feet. It would be 40 or even 35 feet because they're using a bunch
Yeah.
of it to tie to themselves.
We can say about
Yeah.
30 then, so it can get to
Yeah,
you
because
about.
he's going to really wrap it around himself.
Yeah.
So it'll be like 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So yeah, you reckon you'll get about there top, if that works.
If it
Yes.
works.
So he's going to. Yeah, he's going to do the jump.
Okay. Sadly, no matter what you would roll on that, well, you could if you rolled a nat 20, you'd make it. Maybe. Oh no, you wouldn't actually. No, you couldn't actually. Yeah.
There's no
you-
way he's going to
you
make
land
it.
on the other side. You immediately see Dooney just like fall onto his back, and continue to slide unceremoniously over until they stop there, where the rope goes taut on the ground. So that's your movement.
It would have taken an action for him to jump as well, right? So that's
No, that would have been movement to jump.
okay.
How accurate are we talking? How accurate is the physics of this world?
Limited to my knowledge, which is very little.
So,
Are we talking about like inertia or something here?
well, it's right. So Newton's. I can try and remember which law it is, which I've only just considered. For every
this the
action,
fact that
there's
he
an
might get-
equal and opposite reaction, right?
You're not
Okay.
saying he's going to get pulled back in the
No,
pit.
Lindsay, why can't you
Lindsay-
just shut up?
Tech.
I'm gonna say Dooney can quite easily grab onto this rope to stop himself going the other way.
We're going to do that. Yeah, we're going
Yep.
to do that because I'm not having this. We can't have two people with super tetanus. Oh God, he can't revivify himself if he dies.
You land, you slide, you land in the middle here, and you are now holding
Yeah, it's
both of the
Newton's
ropes
third
together. Newton's goddamn third law. Well, you are prone on the ground holding 2 pieces of taut rope in the middle of a very slippery corridor.
Can he tie the ropes together
Half.
basically to a ridiculous point where it's overkill how much he's
Eh.
tying these ropes together?
Yes, that would be your action. They are very well tied together now. And now you have
Yeah.
a taut piece of rope that stretches from one side of the room to the other,
Well,
with Dooney in the
Since-
middle.
he's just going to stay there for the time being then, because I don't think he can use any more of his. He'll take. I think he's already spent enough movement that he can't get up. And even if he does, he's going to just fall over again. Oh God.
Okay, so Dooney is saying that is the end of Dooney's turn. NCR,
Mhm.
it's to you now.
NZR briefly wonders how many weapons they get, and if just briefly thinks about if getting a full third of the pay, or just getting splitting a third of it 3 ways, which would be more. But he maintains the good.
It was maintained. San, we're back to you.
Okay. They're gonna make sure that the piton is really secure. And I don't think there's much else they can do from their end, so I think they're gonna go back to making their potion.
Okay, go back to the potion making.
Mhm.
I think that was turn 8 we just had. And that's
Think
3
so.
damage. 3 damage to you.
Oh. Nice.
Back to Dooney.
Dooney is going to, whilst he's down, would it take an action to put his bedroll down?
Yeah, to get it out of your pack and lay it out on the ground, yeah.
Well, he's just going to put his bedroll down on the ground
Mm-hmm.
next to him, and then he's going to try and get up while standing on the bedroll, just to see if he can stand.
Okay. Make a dexterity check. Or acrobatics, or athletics check, one of those. Actually, probably
he do us-
acrobatics.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was going to say I
Yeah,
would love to
sorry.
do athletics,
Yeah,
but
but
I
I don't think so.
Well, that was 18.
18, you're able to now, you're sort of standing on the bedroll. The bedroll is slipping around on the frictionless floor, but you're kind of using it like a skateboard almost, and just sort of like going back and forth and using the ropes to like hold you in place.
I don't know why I thought this was. I'm grasping at straws here. So then, can he start to pull himself along, like and slide?
Yep. You're
Very
going in the direction
slowly.
of San.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, you managed to get to here, and I'm assuming you stop at the pit.
Yeah, and then at this point, what he would do is he's just going to abandon his beloved bedroll at this point, and I think he will try and climb across
All right.
with the rope, holding himself up.
Okay. Holding yourself up. So you're trying to climb. What do you mean climb? Like.
So you know, like when you're on a rope and you want
Mhm.
to use it to climb across, so you wrap your knees around and your ankles around one
Oh,
part, and then you
yes.
pull yourself along. He's going to do
Yes.
that.
Okay, and that is easily enough done. And using the taut rope, you're able to get onto the other side. However, you do
Well-
watch as your bedroll slips down to the bottom and lands on the
Rip.
razor blades.
The bed now has super tetanus.
Super tennis. And Dooney is now on the other side.
Well, that's that. He's now here for when or if Sen dies.
With that, we go to NZR. NZR, the other two are now successfully on the other side, and you are stuck here, holding onto the rope.
He'll shout out, good work, Dooney! And that'll be his turn.
San, your turn. You just carrying on making the potion.
Yeah, as she's making it, well, as he's making it, the tiefling is a he. Can he explain to Dooney briefly what he's doing so that if he dies, Dooney can finish making the potion?
Okay. I will let you. So you're like trying to just explain the process to Dooney.
Yeah, and not in complicated. I'm doing this because of this terms, but just like this goes in here, and then you do that. Blah, blah, blah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I will say that would mean that Dooney would get to make a medicine check to try and finish it.
Cool.
If you are not able to. And you take 18 damage.
Ooh, how fun!
How fun. That's round 9, so we only have one more round to go.
Nice.
And we're Dooney's turn.
Well, I guess since we are at that point, Dooney will cast. He's got one spell slot saved for if things go bad. But he's going to use, now he's able to, he will use Cure Wounds at level 4 to try and heal. Well, I mean, to be fair, he doesn't quite understand what's happening because Sen may have explained the potion thing, but he's looking at Sen and he's a bit like, who is this? It's just... and I've also lost on my d8s, which is great, so we'll just roll one again, right? So that's he's going to heal for 4th level, so that's 4 d8s. Ooh, okay. So that's... Alright, what's 7 plus 8? What's 7 plus 8? 15? And then plus another 8 is...
23?
3.
And then add another... Then it's his spellcasting ability plus that, so that makes it another 4.
Nice.
So that's it. That's how much he's healed her for. Or him.
Nice. 27
He-
health points.
He's just like, I hope this can help you whilst we figure out what to do, Sen.
Oh.
All right, is that your turn, Dooney?
Dude, he's like, yeah, he looks really tired.
Okay, NZR, it is back to you.
NZR is just gonna maintain the barrier.
Okay. San, it is your turn, and you're just continuing with the potion.
Yep.
17 damage.
Nice. Okay. Do I make? Is it
Yes, now you get to make your save. So it's a
Nice.
Constitution saving throw.
okay?
Come on,
That
please.
that is a 20. Yeah, a 20.
That is a success.
Oh, thank God.
So this entire time you've just been like racked with pain, super tetanus. But it manages to finally leave your system, and you can like breathe and not have like spasms in your heart. And as you're making the potion, you're like, oh, okay, we're good. And
Nice.
you no longer have
Fantastic.
super tetanus. You survive super tetanus.
Well,
after s-
thank God for that.
Yeah. And we are back to, and I assume we'll just take it out of turn order now, since there's no more super tetanus going around. No time limits.
Yes.
Oh,
So, with super tetanus now out of the way, Dooney and San, you are on the other side. There is a taut rope in the middle, connecting to NZR's cube of force and the piton. NZR, you are on the other side. What are you all doing?
Dooney's gonna sit down.
Sen is continuing to make their potion because even though it's gone, if they have to come back this way and one of them falls in it, it'll still be handy to have a potion around.
Okay.
So, they just continue doing that, and at some point they look over at Dooney and they say, "Thanks," and then they just continue making the potion.
Dooney's just gonna. He's still quite confused, and he's just gonna look them up and down a little bit and just be like, "You're welcome." And then he's just gonna look over at NZR and cup his hands around his mouth and be like, "Are you all right over there?"
Yes. What about you?
What now? Have I gone silent again?
No.
No,
No.
Okay, good.
I think nobody knows what to do.
I think Dooney will, after just taking a minute, he will turn around, he'll stand up, and he will cup his hands around his mouth again and call over to NZR. Can you tie off the rope anywhere so you can just climb across?
There's nothing to tie it to over here.
Actually, I have an idea, but I need to Google something real quick.
Is
Are you going to go
the
Newton's third law? was it?
has San have we seen Sen? Not Sen. NZR use Mage Hand, or am I imagining that?
Pardon?
Oh, no.
Have we seen you use Mage Hand, or am I just making that up?
You're imagining that. It's got a far more important cantrip, prestidigitation.
Oh, yes, how useful. Is this barrier that he's made, is that does that touch like the bottom of the slippy floor? Like if Sen were to throw something, would it like come to a stop against the barrier?
Yes.
Well, my laptop has given in, and my
Oh,
charger
no.
has
Jeez.
decided that it doesn't want to play ball.
Oh,
Oh, dear.
No more Roll20 for Cat. We can find a way.
No
I'll
more
send you-
Dooney character sheet either.
Oh no.
It's all right. I've got most of his stats on a piece of paper anyway, so we're fine.
That's fine. And Lindsay's, thank you, Lindsay. Lindsay's got a stream up of the Roll20.
The one
That's
I
good,
put
I'll
on
be
Discord
fine.
will be on a lower delay than on Twitch.
I'll try and get my charger to work because it sometimes will still give it a little, still. I just kind of have to hold it in the right position and it'll start working again.
Yeah.
Is it good for the battery? No, but what else am I supposed to do?
What else can you do? I've had this situation before. It's hell.
Technology.
Technology. But yes, the super cube, the cube of force, reaches the ground, so you can chuck things across.
As long as it's on the bottom half of this room, because if you throw things across in the top half, it'll hit the cube and then stop. Oh, unless you go high.
You could throw it on top of the cube
Yeah, that's true. I
if you had a really good throw.
That is true.
Ugh.
Oh, we're in business. I just have to sit like this for 20
Wow.
minutes at least.
Life hacks. Sen is going to mutter something infernal, and then he reaches into his bag for another piton
Mhm.
and is going to just lob it to try and get it on top of the block.
Up the block. Make a dexterity, like a ranged attack, without adding your proficiency bonus,
Okay.
since you're not proficient in piton throwing, sadly.
How do you know? All right, so that'll be. Oh, that's not very good. But Dex is decent. Where is my Dex? There it is. 12.
12, it sort of just, it doesn't go far enough, and then it hits the ground and then bounces off and stops at the cube.
They'll try one more time.
Okay.
15.
15 just. It does like a basketball sort of shot where it lands like on the rim and it's like balancing between them and then stops down on NZR's side.
Hey. You can make use of that. And then he goes back to the potion making.
Then I guess it's time to drop the cube.
Okay. You drop the cube and the piton lands and you can catch it. And you now have a piton of your own.
Can you try and dig it into the ground here?
Yes, you can. And you can make sort of the rope one big taut rope.
That's what he'll do.
Sorted. You now have sort of like a tightrope kind of rope along the floor of the
How
slippery bit.
how deep are the pits?
10 foot deep.
Okay. Well, then I guess it's time for NZR to make his way across.
Okay. So, how are you planning on doing that specifically?
We'll do the first bit like a tightrope
Okay.
over to here.
Mhm. Okay, so we'll roll an acrobatics check for that. See if you can tightrope walk across the 5 foot gap.
Okay, that is 7 plus 8 is 15.
15. Yes, it's a little bit wobbly, but you get down and you are now here. Are you stepping down onto the slippery bit or are you staying on the rope?
He's got to crouch down
Mm-hmm.
and try and really wrap his arm around it to get a really good grip on this rope.
Gotcha.
Pardon?
Yep, that's easily done.
And then he's going to go onto the slippery bit. Go down onto the slippery bit.
No, don't you?
You are lying now, sort of prone on the slippery bit.
And
Because
then,
you are not moving an inch, you are not going anywhere as of yet.
Then he'd like to start very, very slowly and carefully pulling
Rolling across.
himself along.
Okay. Yep, that is easily enough done until you get to the other side. Oh, my bits are showing up. The green thing's showing up. Oh, wait, if I do like this, do you see it? Oh, you do. Cool. Anyway, yes, sorry, you're on the other side now. The pit is ahead of you.
Then he would like to kind of like go across this next bit like a sloth on a branch.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check for that, just to stay on the rope. Oh, wait, no, you don't for that bit. Sorry, you don't. So, yeah, that is easily enough done.
Well, I rolled a 20 anyway.
You do a little trick as you do it.
And then, then he would find himself on the far end.
And you are now on the far end of the pit. And after some shenanigans, you are all alive without super tetanus on the other side. What are you all doing? Zen is still working on their potion.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to still take about just under an hour to make.
That's fine.
And that's when you
Could
get to
they-
roll to see if you can do it successfully.
Yeah. They'll sort of look at Dooney surreptitiously in the middle of all this and take a brief break to use Mage Hand to get their bedroll up on here.
Aw.
Because I think they can carry the bedroll with Mage Hand. It's only £7. So, yes, that is what they'll do. And they will, without saying anything, just lightly plop the bedroll here.
Dooney will say thank you, and then he will pick up the bedroll, carefully checking there's no razors.
Some razors
And he
out
will
of it.
He'll shake the tetanus off it.
Let's prestidigitation the tetanus off of the bedroll.
He doesn't have anything else he can do. He's just
Dirty
like,
mattress stuffed with needles.
Mm.
lovely. Is there any parts that need repairing? And if there are, then he'll cast mending on it.
The
to-
bedroom, yeah, there'll be tiny little holes, so you manage to sort of fix them up.
So there's no razors on it, right? He's not
There's
gonna, because
no
he
more
doesn't deserve
razors.
this.
No, he's not going to get tetanus in his sleep. There are no razors, no holes. Your bedroll is as good as new.
Then he's, without really saying much, he's just going to unroll his bedroll, and he's going to, whether they like it or not, just go to sleep for a bit.
That's fair.
You taking a short rest or a long rest?
Well, honestly, he should take a long rest because he has one spell slot left out of all of them. So I don't know though. It depends on everybody else.
I'm happy to take a long rest after Sen's done making this
Yeah.
potion.
That sounds fine by me.
Okay. So we'll do the okay, so a long rest, that is 8 hours. 480 minutes. Okay. Good song. Actually, I'll just roll them. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So the first is anyone taking watch?
Sen will once they're done with the potion making.
Okay. Yeah, the first hour goes by, and in that time, you are now able to make a medicine check and add your you're proficient in alchemist kits, aren't you?
Yeah.
So make a medicine check and add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
To Oh, wait, no, that is... Yeah, no, sorry, yeah. So, yeah, it's just a medicine check because that is your proficiency bonus if you're proficient in medicine. A wisdom check and add your proficiency modifier. That's what I meant.
Okay.
To craft the potion using the alchemy kit.
So I get double proficiency with alchemy sets with my divergent persona. So I'm guessing I make a wisdom plus double proficiency? Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Cool.
I did not know that. That's cool.
All right. That is 13 plus wisdom, which is 0. Plus double proficiency, which makes it 19 in total.
19. With a 19, you managed to make a potion of cure super tetanus.
Perfect.
You have one potion that cures super tetanus.
Perfect.
Okay. By that time the hour goes by, you're able to make a perception check. So you can now make your perception check.
Yep. 17?
17. Okay. Just. I'm just rolling dice. Somebody please flip a coin for me, and then tell me whether it's heads or tails, or a D2 if anyone has that.
Tails.
Okay.
Tails. Okay.
Oh, don't laugh, please. Oh God, what's happening?
San, as you're keeping watch with a 17, you see the door over here creak open.
No.
And you can see... You have dark vision?
Yep.
To what range?
Let me double check. 120 feet. I can see normally in darkness.
Perfect. You see 2 undead creatures skulk through the door.
Oh no, they're not gonna. No. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't dare.
And they see you, and you see them, and they just watch you. Because they have no idea how to get over.
Idiots!
I was really worried they were just gonna, like, take out the piton.
What's their intelligence? Let me just double check something about this creature.
Oh, I can't hear you there, Finn.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
You watch them pull out the piton on this side, and the rope goes slack. And then they just stand there. They're 2 undead sort of looking gentlemen, I guess you could say, wearing armor with some sort of cloaks. Oh, actually, yeah, you also notice that they have longbows.
Oh.
Could everybody please roll initiative?
No!
NZR, you hear Wave say as you're sleeping in your head, I think there might be a bit of trouble. You're going to want to get up, love. As it's a weapon of warning, so you have advantage and you cannot be surprised. Dooney, you are surprised.
Dooney rolled a 1 anyway. Doesn't make a difference.
So Dooney is surprised for the first round. You saw them.
I also can't be surprised.
And you can't be surprised. So sadly, Dooney is the only one that is surprised.
He's alright. He's okay. He has no spell slots.
I rolled a 23.
Nice. These whites got 12. So it'll go 23 San. What'd you get, NZR? 21. And Dooney, you got a 1, did you say?
Yes, he got a 1 this time.
And you are surprised. So let's see what's a good surprise. We'll put the snail on you for surprise.
He was asleep. He was having a rest.
You were just napping. However, you would have all benefited from a short rest if any of you had anything to gain from that. If you have any hit dice left. No, I don't think so.
Nope.
I do, and I will, in fact, use some. So,
Nice.
uh,
I know what Dooney's gonna do. I'm very excited for it.
Chill.
Uh,
Yeah, I think I know.
7 plus 4 is 45, 49, and I'll do one more. Oh, that's nice. Plus another 8 is 57. Okay, I feel a lot more comfy now.
Nice. All right. With that, combat begins. San, you are up first. You see these two wights on the other side pull out the piton and then pull out their longbows.
Perfect. All right. As an assassin, Sen has advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet, and any hit they score is. Oh no. No, that's it. Yeah, so it's just attack. Yeah, advantage on attack roll.
Nice.
So that will be. They're Eldritch Blasting, I should have said.
Nice.
16 plus 7. 20.
Definitely
Great.
hits.
Nice. And that is. How many? Ah! Okay. 1d10. Well, that's pathetic. That's 2 force damage.
2 force damage to which one?
The one furthest away from the door.
Gotcha. Okay. 2 force damage. So I'm eating chocolate.
Okay.
Actually,
Is that your turn, San?
Yes.
Okay, NZR, we go to you.
And Zera's gonna step back and he's gonna try the door.
Yep. The door opens pretty easily. Does that reveal areas or did that just close the area up? There we go. Yeah, it opens out to a sort of corridor, and then you can see that it's sort of like a little T-junction. Go up or down.
I guess he'll step through. Anything happen?
Nope.
No, he'll say to the others, "There's cover in here."
All right. And is that your turn?
Was it an action to open the door?
No, that would have been interacting with your environment.
Then he'll come back, fire off a firebolt.
Nice. Which one are you going for?
Which one was it that?
The bottom one got hurt already.
Yeah, then the bottom one.
Nice. Roll your attack.
That's an unnatural 20 to hit,
That will hit.
and it does 13 damage.
Nice. 13 damage to that white.
And then he's gonna go in there.
Okay. White number 1 is going to take its attack. It's going to shoot at you, Sam. With its longbow. It's going to take 2 longbow attacks against you.
Okay.
A 9 and a 14. No, wait.
Neither
a
of
9.
which hit.
Yep. Did not think so. Not even a 14, a 9 and an 8 even. That one misses. The next one's going to go a 19 and a 12.
The 19 will hit.
19 hits, which is 1d8 plus 2 piercing damage, dealing a grand total of 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
And that is all they're going to do. Dooney, it is your turn.
okay. Then Dooney is gonna look very sad. Wait, does he get a turn if it's
Oh,
surprise?
no,
or
you
is it
don't. You're
because of what he did?
surprised.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, no turn. Turn gone. Sam, it's back to you. But Dooney is now no longer surprised.
Okay. San is going to use their action to resummon their dagger. But then they're going to look at Dooney and say, come on, and then is going to head through the door.
All right. Oh, also, you would notice, sorry, forgot to say this, when the arrows missed you, San, they would have hit the wall behind you, except they would have gone right through the wall. You would have realized it was an illusionary.
Oh.
However, you don't see anything behind the illusionary wall other than just more room. It looks like it was there for no reason other than to fuck with you.
Cool. Nice. Very nice.
This is such a horrible room. And that is San's turn, I assume. NCR,
Yes.
back to you.
NZR will pop out
Mm-hmm.
and shout, "Take this, you nasty little man!" And launch another firebolt
Mm-hmm.
with a 23 to hit
23 hits.
and 9 damage to the bottom one.
Nice.
And then it's
Okay.
gonna go back in. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Back to white number 1. They're going to all attack you, Dooney. Oh, both of those are unnatural 20s to hit.
They both hit. Just.
That is a grand total of 12 piercing damage.
Okie dokie.
And then the one on the bottom gets a 22 to hit and a miss. So
Okay.
I'm assuming the 22 hits.
Yep.
Which deals 9 piercing damage to you. As 3
Okay.
arrows hit Dooney as they just keep firing away at you. And that is their turns.
Well, Dooney is going to look uncharacteristically angry at all this. He's just going to get out his warhammer and he's just going to lob it at them. And they both have to make dexterity saving throws. DC 15.
Okay, that is a nat 1 and a 14. So they both
And they-
fail.
So then there will be this big 20-foot radius explosion of fire as the warhammer just explodes all around them in a fireball, and they both take 27 fire damage.
Oh my God. The bottom one is just completely evaporated. And the top one is still standing, but looking quite worse for wear.
And then he's just gonna walk out.
San, it's up to you whether you either see it by peeking out the door, or if you just see Dooney chuck the warhammer, see his face lit by this huge explosion that shakes the entire mountain, and then calmly walks back to you. But
Oh my
either
goodness.
way, you are now back and all the way, and I'm assuming you close the door behind you.
Yes, he would close the door.
You are now all reunited in here. And this white is just gonna do its own thing, I guess, until next time you go back.
Oh, and he will, if we're out of combat, or when it's his next turn, he'll just resummon the hammer into his hand.
Nice. And with that, the hammer's back in your hand, and you are no longer in combat. You just ended that encounter.
Sen, upon seeing that, is just gonna raise a brow, and then is just gonna move over here, and they're gonna go back to sleep.
Yeah, Dooney,
Long rest.
Yes.
Dooney's going to also just curl up and go back to sleep.
Yeah. NZR do the same.
You also all going to sleep.
A long rest
Is-
time.
Is anyone keeping watch?
NZR will this time.
Okay. You can roll a perception check for me.
Natural 1 plus 8.
Nice, good to know. I'll be a little moment as I just roll a bunch of dice to calculate things. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. These are the sheep you're all counting in your head, by the way. 25. Okay. Someone roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
No.
1.
1. Da, 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 da.
I'm so worried.
Okay. Let's do. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Stop! He just wants to rest.
Just let us sleep.
Is this illusionary wall? Is it still there? Like, is the illusion still up?
What the
The
fuck
illusion is still
that?
up, yeah.
Hello?
You all awake. Wait, so first of all, Dooney is going to be attacked at advantage. Well, what's it if attacked while sleeping? What's the rules on that?
I mean,
I'm
I assume
gonna-
it would be
I
at advantage
mean,
because he
You
can't.
would be prone,
like-
wouldn't you? Yes.
Yeah, you would be prone at least. That would definitely give advantage. When you put a creature to sleep, it means it's unconscious. 1 minute.
Oh
Yeah,
dear.
it's,
Don't
it's
tell
just
me-
advantage. It's not
Okay,
an auto
thank
crit.
goodness. Yeah, I was gonna say.
But I think it should be, but hey ho.
Yeah, but.
So what's everybody's?
That's okay by me.
What's everybody's initiative?
Sans is 13.
13.
Dooney's is a 12.
NZR's
13.
is 12 also.
Well,
NZR will go before Dooney.
okay. NZR, you are not surprised because you hear the wave wake you up just in time to save you from being surprised. Once again, Dooney is surprised, but San cannot be. So San is. Let me just roll a d20 for this fella. That is a beautiful 3. However, it still goes first because it's attacking you all while you're sleeping. Okay, so it's attacking Dooney. It is going to use its pseudopod attack on you. As you all awake to see this huge black blob just rolling around the corridor and just lands on Dooney. And that is a miss.
Oh,
Dooney, you wake up just in time to roll out of the way as this huge black blob tries to slam down on top. But it misses. And that is its turn. And we now go to San. You're the first to react.
Okay. Sen is gonna say, by the cutting king's threads, and then he is going to slip past this to stand on the other side. I don't think. Is that flanking or is it not yet because Dooney's, I'm guessing, lying down? I don't know.
Yeah, Dooney's not threatening it because Dooney's
Yeah.
surprised and pro.
Well, nevertheless, they will do that so that they are ready to flank.
You can't really pass through it.
Okay. Never mind then.
So I will say sorry. I should have
That's
said that
okay.
earlier. It's
That's
kind of
alright.
like blocking the corridor,
Mm,
like perfectly. There are like
Okay.
small gaps through it, but not
Yeah.
any on the ground. You'd have to like jump and squeeze through.
right. Okay. In that case, San is just going to start in to stab it. With a 16 to hit.
16 hits. I will say, can anybody roll less than a 7 for your attack rolls?
No, I cannot.
no.
No. Okay, every attack automatically hits.
Nice.
This thing has
well, that's
7
good.
AC, so that just saves us a lot of time.
Cool.
So you can just roll damage. I mean, you can roll to see if it's a crit, but just know that 7 obviously is
Yeah.
just the minimum.
Right. Oh. Hex. I forgot about Hex. Can I add Hex on, or do we to do it next time? I keep forgetting
You
Hex.
can, you can do it. You haven't rolled the damage yet, so.
Cool, thank you. Then he'll use the bonus action to cast Hex. It will give it disadvantage on Constitution. That's Moonbeam, right? Not that I'm anticipating Moonbeam, but Dex. It seems like its Dex is already pretty low, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on Constitution.
Okay.
Nice. So that will be a D4 plus 7. That's 10 damage from the dagger, the packed dagger.
What damage type is the dagger?
Piercing.
Piercing? Okay, nice.
And it's magical, of course. And then a further 3 necrotic damage.
Minus 3 necrotic damage. Nice, okay. Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. Next we go to NZR.
NZR is gonna go here. And he's gonna cast Firebolt.
Alrighty. How much damage?
Don't really know, I need to make an attack roll now.
You can make an attack roll, but its minimum AC is 7, so.
Oh, neat. Well, spell attack bonus is +7.
Perfect.
Oh,
It's just in case you roll a 1 or a 20,
20
basically.
damage.
20 damage. Nice, okay. Yep.
That'll be NZR's turn.
Okay, Dooney, your turn. You are
Oh, doesn't he-
surprised.
Yep, he's just gonna
So
be surprised.
Be surprised. Whoa. And it is back to its turn. It is going to go for Dooney again because it's not intelligent. Dealing. You are still prone, so it'll get advantage still. And it rolled a 3 and a 4. It is very bad. That is
That is
its
good.
turn. Yeah. That is its turn. It is now back to Sans' turn.
Hey. So if I wanted to, you said there are bits to squeeze through. Would that take like an action to try and get past it, or?
Yeah. It would be, I don't know, moving through enemy spaces. The way it is it has a corrosive form. If you touch it, you'll take damage, basically. So it's not as simple as just like squeezing past is
Right.
the issue.
Okay.
It's more that if you touch it at all, you would get hurt.
Is
Okay.
it? Are you trying to get sneak attack?
Yes.
Well, I know this. I don't know if this is just for swashbucklers, but if you've got now that Junie's no longer surprised, he would count as a ally next to you. If there's an ally within 5 feet of the enemy, that can also count as sneak attack above certain levels. I don't know if that's just for
Oh, yeah.
swashbucklers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true.
No, that I totally forgot that was the thing.
Yeah,
Even
and
though
Dooney's,
I make
and it
use of
turns
it
out,
with Madeline all the time.
and it turns out being prone doesn't actually affect whether you're a threat or not. So yeah, I would say you do really
nice.
get sneak attack then.
Fantastic. Yeah, I totally forgot that was a thing. Thank you, Kat.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so well, it hits. So that does 8 piercing plus an additional 2 necrotic damage.
Nice.
They're going to use their bonus action to. Oh wait, I get sneak attack damage. We just discussed this. So that is 2, 7, 8 additional damage from sneak attack.
8 additional damage.
They're also going to use their bonus action to hit with their regular dagger. Which is, oh my god, so many tabs. That was a nat 1.
Nat 1. Would you still hit? Oh wait, no, a nat 1 misses no matter what. Yeah. Yeah, so you do miss with that. It like lurches backwards.
Cool.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes, it is. I'm gonna
Not-
just be right back quickly because I've not been using my physical dice, but now that I'm rolling a bunch of dice, it would be useful too. So I'm gonna go
Nice.
and get those.
Okay, NZR, back to you.
And Zira's going to cast Firebolt.
hmm
Unnatural 20.
That will definitely hit.
And it does 9 damage.
9 damage. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Back to Dooney.
Okay, Dooney is going to use his Divine Strike ability to invoke extra damage into his Warhammer, and he's
Mhm.
going to smack it. And it was a 21,
21 hits.
and that will then do, I believe, if I can remember. I just had this. I'm so sorry. Yep, that's that. Oh, and then he did 7 bludgeoning damage, and he also does a further 7 psychic damage
Nice.
to the creature.
Sorted. It looks very rough. It looks like it's hanging on by a thread. As you are all just nuking it, and it's rolling terribly. Is that
It doesn't
your turn?
say, yeah, I don't, it doesn't say with the Divine Strike ability if that's like what that, it just says you gain the ability to infuse. It doesn't say if that's an action or a bonus action. It doesn't say anything about
I
action
think
at
it
all.
would. It must just add it on then. For a
Yeah, I think it
spec.
just adds it on.
Nice.
So that's confusing, but no, I don't. I think I'm going to save my spell slot just in case.
Yeah.
So yeah, that he'll just stand there.
Okay, and it's going to take an attack against you. I'm assuming you stood up with an 18 to hit, which I think misses, or a 19.
Yeah, that just
to hit.
misses. Oh, is it a 19?
Yeah.
Okay, that hits.
Oh, music. Oh, 19 hits. Okay, that's fun then. At least we get something fun. So that is not like that. More like it's fun when this thing hits people.
I'm scared.
That is a 4 plus 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And 21 acid damage.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And your armor, is it magical?
No, it is not.
Where it hits you, your armor dissolves, and you now have a permanent -1 penalty to your AC.
Oh, that sucks.
And there's
Okay,
now a
right.
big hole sort of in your armor, like at your chest or something.
Just okay. Wait, cool. Okay, just noting down the damage.
The damage. All right, and that is its turn. We now go to San.
Okay. How much damage did it do? Because I wasn't here for that.
A lot.
I'm guessing
But
it did
not too
damage
much.
because I. Okay.
The-
I
the-
heard
the real-
Jesus Christ when
the
I
real
entered the call, and I was
damage
like,
it did-
oh.
The real damage it did was to Dunny's.
Dooney's
AC.
armor.
Yeah, I heard that. Okay. All right. Sen is going to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
That hits. For. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 6 is 14, plus another 6 is 20. 20 piercing damage, and 5 necrotic damage.
How would you like to kill it?
Oh! He'd like to bring the dagger, like, slashing through it, and just, like, lop off an entire bit of the black goo.
Okay. Yep. As you bring in the final strike onto it, it does try to split into two as it's slashed, but it is too weak, and you see it just wither and eventually fizzle out into. Do you know when you like boil sugar?
Yeah.
It just kind of looks like that on the ground. It's kind of gross and it stinks. And that is the end of the fight.
Fantastic.
Dooney's a little bit hurt and missing some of his arm, but other than that, the fight is now over.
Can Dooney try and cast Mending on it?
Casting Mending, you manage to return it back to its regular. I believe so. Actually, let's check. Mending on dissolved armor. I think it should work.
I can't remember if it's clear or not on that.
Ah, okay. It does say, so mending does say that it can fix rips, tears, and breaks. Not really missing material, sadly.
Well, I know where to get more splint armor, but that means going back a long way.
Yeah, for now, you are not able to find... The mending cantrip does not work unless you're able to get more metal to replace it with.
That's fair. He's just gonna... He's had enough.
Are you continuing your long rest?
Yes.
All right. Let me just count something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 3 is...
I want to make a note that he is now going in this corner. That's that.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, nearly there, 45, 46, 47, 48. You had to roll 4 to 8 d12s without getting a 1, and you only managed to roll 2 1s. You are very lucky. For every 10 minutes that goes by, it's a 1d12, and if you get a 1, it's a random encounter. And somehow you completed a long rest in this area. You all benefit from a long rest.
Yay!
I don't know how you managed that with only 2 random encounters. Jesus Christ.
We're just that good at this game.
You are very lucky people. Wait, where's the... I'm going to show you all the dice. Yep, okay. Long rest completed. You all have your health back, your spell slots back, your hit dice back. Yeah. And you are ready to carry on.
Hell yeah.
I can't believe you did that. Every time you're like, let's go for a long rest, I was like, see how that goes here. Then I went, fine. All right. Would you like to go north or south? Or, well, I can show you more of the corridor, like, to which way you...
Yeah.
Enzar will first has a completely different suggestion.
Oh?
Perhaps before we continue, we should make sure that we have a ways back the way we came, just in case we need to make a hasty retreat,
What was that, sorry?
He's just saying that maybe we should make sure we have a method of going backwards before we go forwards, in case we need to make a quick exit for any reason.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's a terrible idea.
Do you mean dealing with the ghoul and putting the rope back up? Or...
We wouldn't want to be... We wouldn't want to get trapped.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it makes sense to deal with that. Oh, Sen is, by the way, back in the form of San, like the form you first met them in.
Nice.
So, okay, yeah, so to retcon a bit of RP, when Dooney wakes up and just sees that Sen is back to being Sen, he just stares at her for a bit. And he looks like he's a bit, like, he knows what he saw, but he's still a bit groggy, so he's just kind of like, did I dream all that?
Yeah. Sen does not address it.
Dooney's too polite to ask. Not he's still rude enough to stare, but he's too polite to ask.
Is the ghoul still? If they poke their head around, is the ghoul still on the other side?
The white is gone.
The white, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, it is gone.
Okay. San looks out over the floor and says, well, I'm not getting back on that thing unless I absolutely have to. So, do you have any ideas, NZR?
Well, it's still quite secure on this end. We can retrieve the rope. They're both ropes, I should think, without much difficulty.
They are still tied together. And the piton is actually still attached to the rope. It's just not stuck in the ground anymore.
Oh, okay.
The white's just kind of like pulled it out.
Well, actually, I suppose San could, use the rope to get to the far end of the rope and then use Mage Hand to put the piton back in, but I don't know. Would that work? Okay.
Yeah, it can hold up to 10 pounds, so yeah, it could hold a piton, I think.
But can it drive a piton into the ground?
Doesn't have enough force to do that. There's already a hole there, technically, so it's kind of just putting it back in place with a little bit of more force.
Well, San can give it a go, because either way, this piton is still keeping this rope secure, so they can get back if...
So yeah, that is actually probably easily enough done. So you hop over the side, grab onto the crawl over, get in space, Mage Hand the rope back in the piton back in place, and the rope is now back to being one again.
Nice. While they are here, Sen is going to climb over the rope to here. Is there a way that they could use one of their other pitons to... Oh, is the piton that was over here retrievable, by the way? Like the one she threw that didn't... could she use Mage Hand to get that back? Okay.
Yeah.
Then she'll get that back. Is there a way to jam this door closed from this side with the piton?
You could give it a shot, yeah. It would need a bit of force on the other side to open up, you think.
Okay, in that
maybe,
case...
wedging the piton into the ground so it can't swing your way.
Yeah. Sam's going to try that just so that hopefully they won't get surprised by more whites.
Okay. Yep, driving the piton into the ground, you block this door for now, unless something to be very strong.
Yeah. Nice. And with that, she'll head back over.
All right. Yep, and that's also easily enough done if you're just crawling your way over.
Yeah.
Okay, you are now back here. Where would you like to go? North or south?
I think south.
Heading
Yeah,
south?
I think Dooney's going to keep an eye out for any scrap metal he sees lying around.
This corridor's varied. There's nothing here. It is dry, however. It's not as wet as all the other previous corridors. So.
He's happy about that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay. San is gonna do her usual inspectoroo of the door for traps. Rolling a 23.
Yup. Inspecting the door. There is no traps.
She's also gonna get all sneaky, as she does. And quietly cracks the door open, if she can, to see what's on the other side.
Okay. NZR and Dooney, are you following San or are you staying back? What are you doing?
Dooney will stay back. He's not a sneaky boy.
Okay, so like back up here.
Yeah.
Nice. And NZR?
As you're all
Nice.
let Dooney go first.
San, you crack open
No.
the door and roll your stealth check as well.
Okay. Oh, these dice are treating me well. That is 23.
23. Let me just do some reading and things and just getting things prepared. Yes, okay. 23. You feel very well hidden as you crack open the door. And that's what you see. So, you are looking out and down into an enormous chamber. I'm going to send you a picture because it took me so long to try and figure out what this was trying to describe. Here is a picture in the Discord of what it looks like. So, you are looking out and down into an enormous chamber defined by terraced steps that ring the entire area and descend towards the central enclosure. A few feet south of the door, water laps at the edge of the stone floor. Looking to the side, you can see that the ring of the terrace that lies beyond is a 10-foot deep ring of water held in by a nearly transparent wall. So that's this bit. Another of these watery steps in the terrace is somewhat lower than at the level in between. It's somewhat lower than the first one down here. In between these aquariums, the terrace steps are dry, but it's still enclosed by a glassy wall like the others. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I think so.
You can also see all manner of creatures in these aquariums. You can see giant crayfish in the top aquarium, then giant scorpions in the sort of arid, deserty bits. Then there are sea lions, which are quite literally like aquatic feline things that look like giant sea tigers, or lions, I guess, in the aquarium. And then in the bottom, there are 3 manticores prowling around, but their wings have been clipped off.
Okay.
None of them have noticed you.
All right. In that case, San is going to quietly close the door.
Yep.
Oh, and sorry, at the bottom of the chamber there's a door.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, San's going to close the door, and San is going to walk this way.
Okay.
And then she is going to say, "Let's see what's through this door first." And then she is going to check this door for traps as well, which is not as good. That's a 10.
10, okay.
Do you want me to make another stealth check, or?
Make another one since you're sort of going into a new area.
Yeah. Okay, that's a 20.
20. No traps, and you feel well hidden.
Okay, then she will gently crack the door open.
Ta-da! So, water not only flows through this room, as you can see here, but it floats. Entering a hole in the western wall, 2 feet off the floor, is a stream seemingly suspended in midair. It flows out of another hole near the northeast corner. The water is about 3 feet deep, and you can see a few blind cavefish being carried along a brisk current. On the other side of the door, on either side of the door, there are a total of 6 kayaks, each able to carry 2 riders, but there are no paddles to be found. There's a floating stream of water going sort of in this direction. All right, let me get
In which direction, sorry?
this direction.
Okay.
Yeah. And there are 6 kayaks.
Okay. San is going to relay to the others that the southerly room is full of giant scorpions and manticores and God knows what else. And that the northerly room has an apparently floating stream with some kayaks. And then says, I don't know about you, but I'm not terribly keen on the sound of the south room.
What's in it?
What do you say?
What's in the south room?
As I said, giant scorpions,
Oh.
giant sea lions, manticores, God knows what else. I saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Over 10. Over 15 maybe of these creatures. I'm not thrilled at the prospect of encountering.
Well,
Wait, so is there room is there room on this stream to get in a kayak and to...
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
okay. Junie will just say, well, though it might not be that helpful. If it comes to the fact that we need to go through the room full of beasts, I can speak a little beast. I can't understand it, but animals tend to like me sometimes. So there's always that option. We can try diplomacy, but I think I'd prefer to not risk it with all them.
Yes, I'm inclined to agree with you there.
I think the trident can gain control of aquatic beasts that we recovered, but that only helps us so much.
Well, on the other hand, we don't know where this stream might take us.
That's also a good point.
So it
Maybe it'll
boils
just
down
take
to...
us...
Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, maybe it'll just take us to that same room. Did you see any other ways in?
I saw
room?
a door. But I didn't see any streams feeding into the water or anything like that. I might have,
Okay.
There might have been one, but I didn't see one. Oh. Well, what do you think? Should we take our chance on the stream, or... Is that a yes?
Anziar gives his beard a little stroke. There is a saying, better the enemy you know than the one you don't.
Yes, but when the enemy is over a dozen giant animals who would probably like nothing better than to eat you alive.
I wonder if there is a way we could get them to eat each other.
I mean, it's not my usual method if I'm speaking to animals to try and get animals to eat each other. It's not my preferred thing to do, but we could try something. And
well, the trident. One of the abilities of the trident is to take control over aquatic beasts. We could try and engineer some infighting.
Might be worth a shot.
Maybe I could try and fan the flames by, although it doesn't seem right to do that, but I could try and fan the flames by speaking to them and trying to persuade them that they all want to eat each other, and then maybe they'll be all so busy fighting each other that we can just slip
Perhaps,
through.
I think if I could control one of those large crawfish and, get them to attack one of the scorpions or something like that, we might create a ruckus. A big rumpus.
Well, I'm not sure how it could attack one of the scorpions since they are all divided by panes of glass, but
Well,
even if you got one of the crawfish to attack another crawfish, that would be useful.
I could probably break the panes of glass with my hammer if I threw it again. As you noticed, it's capable of making quite large explosions of fire.
That's true. I did notice that. Well, we can always
just need to climb over the edge and drop down. Don't think it would have too much bother getting there if it was forced. Would it?
What's it again? A crayfish?
Crayfish, yeah.
Like, it wouldn't need to climb, it would just need to go over the surface. Right? At least judging by that picture.
Yeah, I guess so. I suppose.
And perhaps Dunny, you could use your ability to speak with the beasts to encourage the others to join in a potential ensuing fight.
Well, they can't talk back. I can't understand what they say, but apparently I'm very persuasive.
Oh, I'm sure if you just appeal to their animalistic natures, I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could be quite convincing. Just tell them that their kingdom is under attack and threatened, and their continued lineage is threatened. Animals, and beasts, they tend to respond to that sort of thing.
Well,
Something like
yes,
that.
I could say that their fitness will be decreased if they don't fight back from their attacks, and therefore their reproductive success could be reduced.
Yes, that's the sort of thing that beasts really understand, I think.
Yes. They're very they do like to survive, as beasts want to do.
It sounds like a plan that can be conducted from relative safety. We do not need to go far into the room to try it.
And they can't get through that door, can they?
Well, they're quite large, didn't you say?
Yes.
Large beasts, you quite often have
I
trouble
don't.
fitting through small doors or medium-sized doors.
I would think we should be fine from that threat.
Well, I think it's worth a shot. There's relatively, I'd say it's a low-risk plan with and if it doesn't work, then we're not in a worse position.
I mean, it does seem a little bit. I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me, but at the same time, we really could use just a little bit of a break, couldn't we?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Let's give it a go then.
Let's give it a shot.
So where are you headed, and what are you going to do?
Down towards this door.
Okay, you return to the door that leads to the terraced aquarium.
Right.
San is going to say, try to be at least somewhat quiet when we enter. It'd be good for you to get a look around before you attract their attention.
We probably don't even need to properly go in the room.
All right.
Just crack the door open somewhat quietly, and we can assess the situation.
San will very quietly crack open the door.
Okay. Yep, you're able to sort of see into the room. It doesn't seem any of them have noticed you.
Okay. Right. Can NZR make out this one here?
Yes, you can.
Then NZR will get out wave. Say anything? Did they say anything?
It says, "Oh, hello. How's it going?"
Hello. I wish to employ some of your capabilities.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Well, I suppose I can oblige.
I would like to use your ability to gain dominance over aquatic beasts.
It's a very good one, that one. I'm quite proud of that one, actually. Yes, of course, feel free.
All right. Here we go. Wazakazoo!
Not the words, but thank you anyway. With that, you cast Dominate Beast on this giant crayfish, which needs to make a DC 15 Wisdom save.
Yes.
Getting a fail with a 5.
Oh.
All right. You now have it's charmed by you, and you have a telepathic link, and you can issue commands to
I
it.
can use an action to take complete and total control over it.
All right. Would you like to do
first
that?
of all, just before that, NZR will say to Dooney, all right, I have gained control of the beast. If I fully concentrate, I will get it to go and attack one of the scorpions on the next level down. After that, Dooney, it'll be up to you to try and convince some of its friends to join in. Are you ready?
Well, I think what you should do first to help with the convincing is get ready to make your attack. Because I think what I'm going to say is, I'm going to make my voice as loud as possible, and I'm going to say, everyone, it's eat or be eaten.
Ooh.
And then, you know.
San is in the background, like, covering their eyes a little.
That's good thinking. Good thinking.
You think that'll work?
Well, please do it now. I won't hold the domination for incredibly long.
All right, so he's going to use Thaumaturgy as a cantrip to make his voice loud enough. You can make it work like that.
Yeah,
and then
that's how
he's going to yell to those that can hear, everyone, chaos, it's eat or be eaten. And he has to make like a persuasion check, but he gets advantage on influencing beasts.
Okay. All right, roll a persuasion check with advantage then. I'll just use all of their passive insights.
How is a 15?
15. Let me just go through all of their wisdom. Okay, that's low. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's low. Okay. 15.
Enzir would have readied his action for after that, by the way.
And so what are you doing as soon as Dooney yells that? Are you making the crayfish attack?
No, he will be making the crayfish kind of like jump down off of its little edge and then go to into that this scorpion,
Okay, let me just check
and
something.
attack it.
Let me just very quickly check something.
Because crawfish
Yeah.
can crawl on land. That's like their thing.
Yeah, they can do that. Okay. 15. So, Dooney, your Firbolg voice echoes throughout the aquarium, and all of the creatures turn to look in your direction. As suddenly the crayfish, controlled by NZR, leaps up into the air and then lands with sort of a splat in the dusty terrarium below, and then begins to just attack this giant scorpion. Very quickly afterwards, the other crayfishes follow suit. Some of them land in with sea lions. The scorpions are kind of just stuck in their little area, so we'll get them down there. This one's going down
I
here.
hope you like
This one's
rolling
going down
dice
here.
then.
I'm very enjoying. So, all the scorpions and crayfish are now fighting. The sea lions are now fighting some of the crayfish, and the manticore are all sitting here and doing nothing as pandemonium erupts in the terrarium as all the creatures begin to fight one another. What are you all doing now?
Oh lord.
We are
Just
sitting and
waiting.
watching.
You're gonna just sit and watch. I'm gonna have to. Okay, wait. I have to roll a bunch of dice and just see, like, vaguely who would win these fights. Let me just try and think.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. but
Yeah,
you
I'm
know
gonna go
That's
to the
very
bathroom. I
fair,
don't
no
want to miss
worries.
any of this
we've got
description.
time.
I think you've got time while I just quickly figure out who would win these. Who's just got better? Wait, actually, you know what? D&D monster creature versus creature simulator. Let's see if this exists. An encounter simulator. Select creature. Giant crayfish. Oh, they don't have giant crayfishes. We'll just do giant crabs. Manticore. No, wait, manticores aren't fighting anything. Giant scorpion. Okay, how many giant scorpions are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 giant scorpions. I'm not too sure how this works. Oh, you know what? I'll just do it by random. We'll just do it by random. What looks stronger? Crayfish can do 7 average damage. Giant scorpions do way more average damage. Okay. The crayfishes are destroyed by the scorpions.
I feel like, are they both still? Are Kat and Lindsay still gone? I think so. I feel like before everything started getting killed, San would maybe suggest that they go before the fighting stops, because if they go when
Yeah.
everything's distracted, then that's one thing. But if they wait until the crayfish are killed, then the scorpions are just going to go for them. So, but I'll wait until they've come back, and then I'll
Okay.
have San say that.
Nice. This will just
I
be
am
what the
back.
end of the fight is like then.
Hello.
Hello.
I was just saying, Kat, that San is going to suggest making for the door while the fighting is still ongoing. Otherwise, they're going to end up like with the scorpions having won against the crayfish and then coming after them when they try to go through.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
I think I've got a spell we can use for that actually, so that'll help.
A spell for
Getting by.
what spell is that?
Darkness.
Oh.
That was such an abuse of, well, not technically
Animals.
speech of beast and leaf. I feel like that was quite. That's like so like it just. Dooney's tired, but he's kind of like, oh man,
Hello.
I'm back.
that's not what I'm supposed to do with
No.
that.
Have I
do-
missed
what-
anything?
So basically, they're all just fighting. I've done the outcome of the fight, but they are still fighting because San is suggesting going while they're still fighting.
Oh, Enziar also has a suggestion.
Okay.
Oh, you said your hammer could break some of the glass, right?
Yes.
Perhaps if you were to break the glass off on the lowest level and get those fellows in with the manticores and get them to fight as well.
Yes, I could center it on the wall here, trying to get some of them in with the blast, if that makes sense.
Good idea. Yes. That might make getting down there easier than having to make dealing with 3 manticores a bit easier.
Yes, okay, right. He'll come to the doorway then, I guess. And he'll look through. I just need to double check the distance. He's got up to 120 feet, but it's hard to tell with things like this.
You've got enough, yeah.
Yeah. Right, I think he'll center it about here.
Okay.
Sorry,
so what would that
I've got
catch?
That would...
It would catch all the... So these 3 sea lions and all the manticores.
Wow, that's going to be very destructive.
Very destructive.
He will point to that and say, and explain that it will catch all of them. And then look to Enzia, are you sure?
Yes, if it catches them, that's fine. We want them to fight each other. Save us from fighting them.
All right. So, yep, he will toss his warhammer again. And they all have to make dexterity saving throws. DC 15.
DC 15. From the manticores, 2 failed, 1 succeeded. From the sea lions, 2 succeeded, 1 failed.
All right. To the ones that succeeded, they will take... Wait, what's half of 26? 13 fire damage.
13.
And those who failed will take 26 fire damage.
Okay. And 26 to those that failed. Did you say?
Yes.
Nice. 26, and then 13. You will note that these sea lions are underwater, so they take half damage from fire damage.
Works for me.
So you chuck it down, and then there's the huge explosion, and glass and shrapnel flies everywhere. There are bits of crayfish, there are bits of sea lion, and bits of manticore flying everywhere. As the glass breaks, and the sea lions slough down into the bottom of the chamber with the manticore. You can see that this door here, as soon as the water spills into the chamber, it's sort of a wall of force you would recognize Enziar at least. Blocks it from any of the water path. So you can still open it without the water getting in. But for now, there is pandemonium, and all of these creatures are fighting.
Right. Okay. Maybe the best way is to... I'm just going to draw a line. Is to go, like, down this way, so to avoid the scorpion and crayfish on the east side. And then come down here. Sorry?
I'm going to refresh because I don't see a line.
Okay.
I think it'll finish once you click off.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. And then...
Yeah, there we go.
And then we could come down here and then hop down there and go through the door. Does that seem fine to people?
What about the scorpions? They might not approve of us hopping across their domain.
Well, I don't know that they'll have much time to get to us because they're still fighting. They're still fighting, right? You've just taken the...
They're all still fighting. Yeah, the
they're
crayfish
still
are also
fighting the crayfish, right?
I just took them out to see the outcome.
Well, I just have one thought, and that's regarding the return journey.
What about it?
Well, if any of these creatures are still alive, we would have to contest with the winners of the fight afterwards. And I would rather deal with them while we hold high ground over them than fighting up into them when they have the high ground.
Well, for all we know, there might be another exit ahead. We don't know where that stream would have gotten to.
Well, I'd rather not bank on the unknown.
And I'd rather not engage in a perhaps unnecessary fight.
You both have very good points. And I agree with both of you to an extent, but I do think that maybe picking off some of the ones that are... But then again, if we get their attention, that might be also a problem. And I can't use my hammer again to make an explosion until at least we've had a break for a while. It'll be a few hours before it's back to the power it needs to do such a thing.
I think I could pick off some of the scorpions from relative safety, honestly.
I think if we came back at a later point, by that point the fight would have run its due course, and we'd have fewer things to contend with than we do now. And they'd all be in bad shape.
Oh, I'm all for waiting now and letting them tire themselves out. I think that would make picking them off from range an easy and simple task.
Well, I would rather carry on. Junie, what do you think?
I suppose Dooney has the deciding vote.
I suppose... Well, the problem is it's very hard to decide, because the problem is that we don't know how the fight's going to turn out, so if we come back, we might end up with more than we bargained for. But if we do this, then maybe we'll end up having them turn on us instead, and then all the efforts we've gone to won't be very helpful.
And we might have more than we bargained for, but we'll still have less than we currently do.
If we were to run through that door down there and find some nasty foe or awful trap that we had to retreat from, we would be retreating into a room equally filled with nasty foes.
I don't know if I can make this decision.
I really think that, considering the last time that San pressed on carelessly, considering how well that went, I think caution is the cautious and careful approach is the way to go.
San looks very annoyed at that comment.
That San shouldn't have fallen in a bit of rusty razors.
And San is going to go out, and they are going to begin to sneak their way down.
Moment, I mean
Dooney's...
chocolate.
No, Dooney's going to look at NZR and be like, well, they've gone now, what do we do?
The last time they went off alone, it didn't end very well, and I am not keen to follow into what could be a very dangerous territory. I suppose they can let us know if it's safe.
I don't want to head out after them.
Never mind.
No.
I'm not keen to follow blindly into the unknown, I'm afraid.
Well, my reasoning is I'm not particularly sneaky, so if I might alarm the creatures. Maybe it's better to let Sen do their thing, and then we find our own way down.
For all we know, it could be the last room. That could be where the treasure is.
Let's hope.
I suppose yes, if Sen is so keen, is welcome to try it on their own. And if there's any way we can help from up here, then then of course I would not hold back if helping Sen, but I think this is, yes, Sen's, prerogative to continue.
Sen rolled a 28 for stealth. And Sorry?
Sorry, I didn't realize I was still muted.
That's okay.
Can NZR ready the Dominate Beast in case one of the sea lions were to spot her?
Yes.
Spot him.
Mm-hmm. So, San, you rolled a 20 and you are stealthing?
28.
28, okay. So, you head down through the sides. You sort of land in the water here and then climb out, sort of get down into the sandy terrarium where the crayfish and scorpions are fighting on either side. They do not seem to notice you. You then drop down into here. And are you swimming your way around? Or, well, actually, there's no water in here anymore. It all poured out into the bottom bit, so...
Yeah.
So you now walk along here. Let me just roll perception checks. For the manticores and the sea lions. You rolled a 28?
28, yeah.
Okay. You slip down by the door and
Okay. Can she quickly look over the door to see if it looks like it has any traps at all?
make a perception check or investigation, whatever it is. I always forget.
Oh, that was an 8. So
8. You do not notice anything on the door. You are in water right now, by the way.
Okay.
But there's sort of a wall of force that is stopping the surface of the door from getting wet, and it's almost like it's not pushing past the door no matter what.
Okay. She'll see if she can open it.
Yes, easily enough done.
And she'll have a quick look inside. Can she see any immediately dangerous looking things?
It's just a long corridor with another door at the bottom.
Okay. Then she will look up at the others and give like a follow gesture, and then she will slip through the door into the corridor. And sort of, she leaves the door ajar, but she closes it enough that the other animals couldn't see her inside here.
All right. You are now out of the water and in the dry corridor. You are soaking wet, though.
Mm-hmm.
Enziar and Dooney, what are you guys up to?
I guess just watching.
I think Dooney could make it. But we're not in combat, are we? So, but you can use abilities outside of combat, right?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe he will use 2 of his abilities, which are both actually bonus actions, so I don't know how that lines up.
Well, for non-combat, it's just the length of time and then the length of time.
What's the lighting like in this room again?
Once again, it's pitch black.
Wonderful. That means that Dooney, as a furball, can actually turn invisible.
Okay.
He has a hidden step ability, which it doesn't say, it just says you can magically turn invisible until the start of your next turn, or until you attack, make a damage roll, something like that. And once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest.
Okay.
and I
So you-
think he can, at the same time, still use his ability. I'm not sure. The Steps of Night ability, where he can rise into the air in the darkness or the dim light, or can he only do one each?
So
Neither
what's-
say concentration, but I don't quite fully understand how that works.
So Steps of Night, that's a bonus action to do.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then I'm guessing the other one's also a bonus action or something like that.
yeah, it's also a bonus action, but you
Yep,
can use
you
a
can
bonus
do-
action as an action. Yeah.
Yep, you can do both at the same time then.
Well, Dooney's gonna look to NZR and go, well, I just remembered I can, well, he'll whisper, I just remembered I can turn invisible and fly. So, what do you think about that?
Well, it seems like certainly seems like a safe way for you to get in there.
But
Can
what
you
about
do it
you?
again to get? Follow-up question: can you do it again to get back out past whoever wins this fight?
I'd need a break for that as well. What about you, though?
I'm afraid going invisible and flying are not skills of mine, I'm afraid.
Are you able to sneak down, or do you need me to stay and cover you?
I suppose I could try. Perhaps if you were to watch over, just in case, and I think you would have an easier time than I.
Well, I can be invisible for a while, but I can only fly for about a minute, so we'll have to make it quick.
I'll go first. You don't need to use your abilities just yet.
All right.
I suppose.
And then he'll stand guard in the doorway and watch NZR go.
Okay, so Enzar, you are also stealthing and heading down?
Yes.
Okay, roll your stealth check.
Natural 20 plus 5, 25.
25. Okay, let me just roll for them. All right. Following the same route that San took, you quickly and quietly make your way down to the door. San, I'm assuming, are you waiting on them or are you carrying on?
San...
She's checking the corridor for traps at the moment. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
You can make a perception check for that. And NZR, you are now down at the door.
Could he go through?
Yes, you can.
All right.
And then cast Prestidigitation to dry himself up?
Yep, instantly, and you're now with San in the corridor. Dooney?
Dooney's going to do what he said he'd do, and he's going to turn himself invisible and fly down.
Okay, so you can be invisible for one turn,
Yes.
so that'll be 30 feet of movement.
Okay, so he'll probably turn invisible when he gets closer to the... Well, I don't know then. Can he dash, though, at the same time? No, he can't because he's doing two things at the same
Yeah,
time.
it's a be action to dash.
Yeah, okay, right. Well, what we'll do is we'll have him... Yeah, we're just going to have him be invisible for as long as he can. It doesn't say... I think it's for one turn, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he will be invisible for as long as he can, and then he will dash after that. But he'll try to stay out of range of any of the... He'll follow Sen's kind of... He'll do this diagonally, and then he'll try and stay out of range if he can.
If
You're
he
gonna
came, if he came around to the other side of the tank, he could be invisible to almost the full way.
But do you think he can sneak that far?
I mean, there's nothing in the top tank. Like, if he just came around like the bit we're on now all the way around, I don't think anything would. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing in the top tank. The scorpions are down there with the crayfish and the.
Well, I guess he should just... Yeah, I think he should just try to sneak around then for... If he stays up at the edge, hopefully he will not be seen.
Okay, so you're
So-
sneaking from the edges. Do you want to roll a stealth check? I'm just putting the crayfish back, just in case they see you.
Why? I
It's
don't
just-
deserve this. You know what it is.
Is it a nat 1?
It is a nat 1.
Oh no.
Dooney, as soon as you step out, there's a stick on the floor. And you step on the stick and it goes... And everything stops and looks at you. All of them are helpless to do anything except the manticores, which are all going to fire tail spikes at you.
Oh, Dooney. He doesn't deserve this.
Oh dear.
Actually, well, someone flip a coin. Anyone has one?
Yeah. Tails.
Tails. Okay. Only 2 of the manticores are going to go for Dooney. Some of them are going to stay attacking the sea lion. So that's only 6 attacks against Dooney. So your AC is 19 or 18?
It's 18 now.
18 now. Okay, so that is miss, 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 hit, hit. So 2 hits. So a grand total of 16 piercing damage as 2 of the spikes from the manticore's tail sort of stab into you.
Okay.
But you still are able to like do your whole movement, so we can see to where you actually get to even.
Just
So-
double checking one thing.
You were moving like down here, I think.
Yes.
Nice. So that would have got you. Are you dashing as well?
Yes, he would definitely be dashing.
Okay, so you're there. And then they'll take attacks against you again. Only 1 hit that time. So that's another 8 piercing damage.
Okie dokie.
And then you can move another 60 feet. So you can move to here. And then they're going to attack again. Basically, you're just making a wild sprint for it while they are all
Just shooting at him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them hit this time. And one of them was a nat 20.
Why?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 25 plus 2, 3, 4. 25 plus another 15 piercing damage.
Could San try to distract one of the manticores by... Wait, how far am I? Where is the map? By using Mage Hand, by summoning Mage Hand right by its tail and giving its tail a yank with the Mage Hand.
Okay. Make a what could what sort of check would that be? Or no, I would say you can just have an action then to try and distract it, and it'll make like an insight check to see if it is distracted or not.
Sure.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Nice. That is a 18, so I think it would have ignored it. I think it would have seen it.
Okay.
So the 2 of them are still attacking. One of them is fighting off this. But yeah, Dooney, you can run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, he's going to, whilst he's doing this, cast Cure Wounds on himself, because otherwise he's going to die.
Okay. So you're only moving 30 feet this turn.
Yeah, and he's also going to use his bonus action, therefore, to turn invisible, because that'll give them, what, disadvantage
Yes.
on their attack rolls against him?
Okay, you are now invisible.
Right,
You
let
are
me
there
use
now.
that.
Or well, are you going invisible? Is it the start of your next turn or the end of your next turn that you lose invisibility?
It is... the start of my next turn.
Okay,
So he'll do this at the start of his turn before he starts to move so that he can still move whilst being invisible. And he
Gotcha.
will, I think... Oh, for God's sakes, my battery's running low again.
No.
No, yeah, he doesn't. He will still be invisible even if he casts the spell on himself because it's not an attack or a damage roll or forcing someone to make a saving throw.
Nice.
So he will also heal himself. I'm trying to do the maths. 18 hit points. Okay, right. Let's see how we do. Okay, so now he's at. Okay, we're all right. We're okay.
Okay, so you're invisible, so they are attacking with disadvantage. Miss. One still hits, and one misses, and then the other one hits, misses. So there are 2 hits against you, even though you're invisible, unfortunately. Oh wait, no, you wouldn't. No, you moved. You're invisible and you moved, so they couldn't attack you.
Okay,
Sorry.
sweet. Then that works even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, so there's no hits against you. However, you are now visible again, and it is the start of your turn, and you are now here, so you can now move again.
All right. What is his distance at this point?
There is, 35 feet to the door.
Right then. He's just gonna dash.
Nice. Okay, I'm assuming you're activating the flying and dashing down?
Yeah, just to save time, and he'll dash. And he will, as soon as he gets in, close the door, or have them close the door behind him, if he can.
Nice. Okay, so basically from start to end of this whole thing, you were noticed almost immediately, and then just made a mad sprint around the perimeter to try and get down here close enough. You got shot at as you were, and then you went invisible. And then you leapt off the ground and then soared down to the door and just fly and tumble down into the corridor, alive. A little bit worse for wear, but alive. And NZR and Sam slam the door behind you, I assume.
Yes.
It's like something out of a Neil Breen movie, what he just did. Right.
Dooney is here,
Okay.
full of spines, but alive.
Yeah, he's gonna pick them out, and he's going to cast Cure Wounds on himself again. Maybe at level 3 again. Okay, right. Okay, that is... Yep, he healed himself for 23 hit points.
Nice. All right, with that, you are all now back in the corridor, and there is this door at the end of the corridor.
Would people mind terribly if we finish there?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fine by
If
me.
that's all right, just because I have other arrangements made, and Lindsay and I need to figure out what we're doing for dinner and
Yes, oh god,
it's
I
20.
forgot what to do for
stuff like that. That was very fun.
Yeah,
Thank
that was really
you.
fun. Thank you.
I think
I'm
you're close
sorry.
to getting-
I'm sorry that San ran off like an absolute. She's just like, well, fuck you too. Bye bye. She's
very impressed
a
with the
little
way you
petty.
solved
Sorry?
your puzzles.
Sorry.
Very impressed with the way you all solved your puzzles.
Solved, or in Sen's case, do not solve, but simply roll well enough to shrug off the effects.
That was good that you got that save.
I know, well done on not dying
Yes.
from super tetanus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although
Would I,
we could
if I'd have been revived, would it have stopped then?
If you were revivified, yeah.
Okay, well that's fine then. That's. Can you imagine if I died and then Dewey revivified me and then it just
Yeah.
kept going?
Timmy's
just
just like, I
died
don't have any
instantly.
magic left.
But it was
Lovely, this
fine.
module has super tetanus in it.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Finn.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank
That was
you.
really funny as well.
I hope you all enjoyed. I think you're very close to getting the second artifact.
Oh ho ho!
We shall
Very
see.
exciting.
Probably next session. But yeah, thank you for playing. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I'm about to go play another game of D&D.
Hell yeah! As you should.
As I
Mhm.
should. But
Alright.
first,
Well-
I'm going to go see what
Very nice.